So friends, at the beginning of the movie, we see a thief who is stealing from the Atlanta Union Bank. The thief slowly disables all the installed alarms, but just when the thief feels that all the alarms have been turned off, suddenly a black signal starts spreading on the monitor. Because of this, the information about the bank robbery reaches the police. The thief then tries to escape from the building, but the police arrive there by helicopter. In the next scene, it is shown that the thief is actually a woman whose name is Karen McCoy. Because she is caught during the robbery, Karen is sent to jail. Then the story moves forward by 6 years, when Karen is released on parole. In the train scene, we see that Karen is sitting in a train and looking at a photograph. In that photo, there is a small child, and that child is Karen's son, Patrick. Because Karen spent 6 years in jail, Patrick never came even once to meet his mother. After reaching the city of Atlanta, Karen calls a husband and wife and asks them to return all her belongings. They tell her that they are waiting for her at a specific place and that she should come there and meet them. Next, it is shown that Karen is inside a shopping mall. Suddenly, a car arrives there, and a man gets out of the car and enters the shopping mart. That man has come to rob the store. He points a gun at the cashier and says that he should give him all the cash present there, otherwise he will kill him. The cashier says that he does not have the key. At that moment, the robber's gun falls down. The cashier bends down and quickly takes out his own gun, which was kept near the cash counter, and starts loading it. Seeing this foolish mistake, Karen starts laughing. When the robber looks up again, he sees that the cashier is now standing there with a gun. In panic, the robber runs away to save his life. The cashier fires shots at him, and somehow the robber manages to escape alive. The next morning, Karen goes to meet her parole officer, Gary. Gary finds out that Karen arrived in Atlanta just the previous night. Hearing this, Gary becomes angry and tells her that he can send her back to jail if he wants. He warns her that if she makes even a small mistake, he will destroy her life. He tells her that he wants her full cooperation. Karen replies that she only wants an honest job. Gary says that is fine, but for that, she will have to stay in a halfway house where most parolees are required to stay. Gary then starts trying to flirt with Karen. Karen replies that she has already spent 6 years in jail, and now she does not want all this in her life. Gary then says that he will not force her to stay in the halfway house, but she must stay completely away from banks. Karen promises that she will never do such work again. Later, when Karen is coming out of the police station, she sees the same robber who had come to rob the store the previous night. He had been caught but was released after bribing the police officers. That robber's name is J.P. Park. He sees Karen and asks the police officer about her. The police officer starts telling him who Karen is, and as soon as he hears her name, the thief recognizes Karen and starts following her, trying to talk to her. Barker says that he knows who she is. Hearing this, Karen tries to ignore Barker and starts walking toward the bus stop. When the bus leaves, Barker says that he can drop her in his car. Karen does not want to get involved with him, but due to the situation, she is forced to sit in Barker's car. Inside the car, Barker asks Karen whether it is true that during the bank robbery she did not use violence. Karen replies that at the time she robbed the bank, there was no one present inside. Barker then says that he is a very good driver and that if she ever goes back to that profession and needs a driver, she should remember him. Karen replies that she is not going to do anything like that, and after saying this, she gets out of the car. After that, Karen applies for jobs at 13 different places, but everyone finds out that she is a former criminal and is out on parole, so they refuse to give her a job. Finally, a girl helps Karen by writing self-employed instead of ex-con on her job application. And because of this, Karen gets a job at that place. Since Karen is on parole, she is required to stay in a halfway house. The place looks very strange, with 2 old men lying there. Just then, Barker comes there and says that under no circumstances can he let Karen McCoy stay in a halfway house like this. He takes Karen to his own house and tells her that she can stay there for as long as she wants. Seeing the house, Karen feels very happy and thanks Barker. The next day, Karen goes to meet her ex-husband Roy at his office. Roy tells her that he got stuck with some work the previous day, which is why he could not come to meet her. Karen tells him to return her belongings and says that she wants to meet her son Patrick. Roy replies that it may not be right for her to meet Patrick because he has told Patrick that his mother is dead. Hearing this, Karen gets angry and asks Roy why he did this. She reminds him that it was decided between them that even if they separated, Patrick would still have the right to meet both of them. Roy replies that what else could he have told the child? That his mother is a bank robber and is in jail? At that moment, Patrick arrives there and asks who this lady is. Seeing her son in front of her after so many years, Karen becomes emotional but is unable to talk to him. Roy takes Patrick back to the car and prepares to leave. Karen then asks Roy what he did with the letters she had written for Patrick. Roy replies that he burned them because at that time he felt it was the right thing to do. Hearing this, Karen becomes extremely angry and brings up Roy's personal mistakes. She then starts to leave. Roy runs after her to say sorry, but Karen punches him hard and knocks him down. In another scene, it is shown that J.P. Barker goes to a restaurant to meet a man named Jack. Jack is a well-known gangster who plans and carries out big robberies. Barker sits with Jack and tells him that he has confirmed information that Karen has returned to the city. Hearing Karen's name, Jack becomes serious because he thought Karen was still in jail. Jack then says that he has no work for Barker. The next day, Karen reaches her son's school and watches him playing. Just then, a man named Grady comes to her. He works for Jack and tells Karen that Jack wants to meet her. Hearing Jack's name, Karen becomes furious and tells him that she does not want to meet that bastard because she has not forgotten anything yet. Karen returns home where Barker meets her and asks her to go out for dinner. In the next scene, Barker and Karen are sitting together in a restaurant. Barker says that he thinks Karen will be able to meet Patrick. He says that he knows some professional people who can get her good work and good money, and that Barker says that he knows a man who works for Jack. Hearing Jack's name, Karen gets angry and immediately stands up and leaves from there. Barker tries to stop her, but Karen tells him that because of Jack, 6 years of her life were destroyed and she had to go to jail. She warns him that it would be better if he never meets her again. The next day, it is shown that Karen is at her workplace. A woman from billing tells her that the manager has called her. When Karen goes to the manager's office, she sees that her parole officer, Gary, is standing there. Gary tells her that when the manager searched her social security number, it showed that she was a criminal, but she did not mention this on her application form. Karen apologizes and says that she desperately needed the job. The manager says that nothing will happen because of this and then leaves Gary alone to talk to Karen. Gary tells her that she will have to go out with him and that she has no other option. Out of compulsion, Karen agrees. That same night, Gary takes Karen somewhere in his car. He brings her to a large and strange house. The house is very big, and there are many wild animals there, including lions locked inside cages. Gary takes Karen inside the house. Once inside, Karen sees Jack there. Jack says that he is very happy to see her. Karen asks him what he wants from her. Jack replies that he wants the same thing everyone wants from Karen McCoy. He wants her to rob a bank and deliver the money. He says that if she had done this 6 years ago, she would not have had to go to jail. Karen tries to leave, but Gary forcefully grabs her. Karen shouts that she does not want to do any work for a disgusting man like Jack, and saying this, she leaves from there. After Karen leaves, Jack tells Gary that some people do not move unless they are pressured, and that they will have to do the same with Karen. In the next scene, it is shown that Roy's wife goes to Patrick's school to pick him up, but she finds out that Patrick is not there. At night, Karen is at her home when Roy comes there and asks where Patrick is, because no one has seen him since morning. Hearing Roy's words, Karen realizes that Jack must have taken Patrick. Karen tells Roy not to call the police and says that she is going to find Patrick herself. Saying this, she takes Roy's car keys. After that, Karen prepares drugged food by mixing medicine into it. She goes to Jack's house and feeds the drugged food to the dogs, which causes them to collapse. Karen quietly enters Jack's house from the garage. Inside, she sees that Jack is sitting in the living room watching television, but she does not see Patrick anywhere. Karen then looks through the house's phone directory and finds parole officer Gary's phone number and address. When she reaches Gary's house, she finds out that Gary is not at home and has gone out for questioning. Karen enters Gary's house from the back door and starts searching his belongings. She finds photographs inside the house and realizes that Gary uses a fake name instead of his real one. Karen drives to that location and shows Gary's photograph to an old man, asking for his address. The old man recognizes Gary and gives her his address. It was already very late, so Karen parks her car outside in the forest. The next morning, Karen reaches near Gary's house and sees that Gary is standing outside his home. After some time, Gary leaves in his car. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Karen enters Gary's house. Inside one room, Karen finds Patrick. Patrick is shocked to see her and says that she is his mother's friend. Karen replies that yes, she is his mother's friend. At the same time, Gary's car hits something nearby, and he meets the old man who had earlier given Karen his address. The old man tells Gary that a woman was asking about his house. Hearing this, Gary becomes alert and immediately turns his car back toward his house. On the other side, Karen escapes with Patrick in her car, but on the way, the car breaks down. While Karen is trying to fix the car, Gary arrives there. Holding a gun, Gary brutally beats Karen and knocks her unconscious. In the next scene, it is shown that Karen and Patrick are at Jack's house. Jack comes to Karen and assures her that Patrick is completely fine and that they do not want to harm him. Jack says that he only wants Karen to help them with a bank robbery, and after that, she can take her son with her. Karen goes to Patrick's room to meet him. Patrick asks her if those people want to kill her. Karen replies that nothing like that will happen, and she hugs Patrick tightly. She then calls Roy and tells him that Patrick is with her and that he is safe. She says that she will bring Patrick back to him, but right now, it is not possible. After that, Karen takes a taxi and reaches Barker's house. Barker is surprised to see her. Karen tells him that her son has been kidnapped. Hearing this, Barker immediately agrees to help her. Karen takes Barker with her to Jack's house and tells him that if he wants the job to be done, then the driver must be of her choice. In the next scene, Karen changes her appearance and goes to the Atlanta Union Bank. An employee working there, Mr. Roll, comes to her. Karen introduces herself as Baxter and says that she wants to open an accepted deposit box. Her withdrawal screen account opens, and after that, Karen is given access to the portal and lower vault area. Mr. Roll tells Karen about the bank's highly secure system. He explains that the security system has received a AAA rating, that the bank has cameras installed everywhere, and that signal devices are actively monitoring everything. Karen places a book inside the deposit box and hands the heavy box to Mr. Roll. Seeing the heavy box, Mr. Roll assumes that it contains expensive diamonds and jewelry. Karen closely observes the security system installed in the locker room. After coming out of the bank, Karen tells Barker that this bank has become extremely secure in the last 2 years. She explains that its security system has a AAA rating and that this bank cannot be robbed. She tells him that the bank has a security device called a volume signature unit. She explains that even if they cut the camera cables, they cannot cut the cable of this device because it is shielded. Barker says that then they will have to find another way. Karen replies that he should try to understand her. Stealing from this bank is impossible. Jack threatens her and says that if she does not do it, Patrick will never be able to return home. The next day, Jack and Karen are standing on the roof of a building. Karen points through binoculars and explains that the tall building is the bank, and the nearby building is the South Tech Security Building, which monitors the bank's security. She explains that as soon as an alarm goes off, 4 vehicles leave that building to reach the bank as quickly as possible. They calculate the exact time it takes for those vehicles to reach the bank. That night, Karen and Barker sit in a car and drive at full speed from the South Tech building to the bank, timing how long it takes. They realize that it takes 6 minutes to reach the bank. The next day, Karen again goes to the bank disguised as Miss Baxter and meets Mr. Roll. She tells him that she wants to open a savings account. While talking to Mr. Roll, Karen secretly takes photos of a dustbin placed near the water cooler. In another scene, Barker is shown completing some work, after which he gets into a car carrying a package. Barker has also brought fake passports with him. Karen explains the next part of the plan to Barker. The next day, Barker goes to the bank and opens an accepted deposit box, placing the package he brought inside it. On the other hand, Karen begins planning the bank robbery in detail. One day, Karen attends a meeting where all the people involved in the robbery are present. She explains the entire robbery plan to them. She tells them that the CCTV camera cables pass through the basement and go near an architect's office. Since that office has only one guard, they can disable him and take control of the entire basement. After that, they will burn the camera cables and replace the live camera feed with pre-recorded video clips so that the bank staff will not realize what is happening inside. She then explains that the real problem is the volume signature unit. Even a small sound inside the bank triggers the alarm, and its cable cannot be cut. To deal with this, their plan will be to deliberately trigger the alarm themselves. Hearing this, no one understands what she means. Karen explains further that it takes the police 6 minutes to reach the bank and 15 minutes to reach the locker room, so they will divide their operation into 3 stages. The first time the alarm triggers, they will secure 5 minutes of progress. The second time it triggers, they will reach the next stage. Repeated alarms will make the security believe that there is a technical fault in the alarm system. Once they reach the locker room, no one will know what is happening behind the thick walls. In the first stage, they will break the backdoor lock. In the second stage, they will break the inner lock. In the third stage, they will clear the award corridor. One man asks how they will trigger the alarm repeatedly. Karen says that she has planned something special. Another man says that this plan is extremely dangerous. Someone else replies that if the reward is $18 million, then this plan is worth trying. Hearing about such a large amount, everyone agrees to work on the plan. The next day, Karen again goes to the bank disguised as Miss Baxter. She talks to the bank assistant and distracts him with conversation. During this time, Karen secretly hides a small motor inside a dustbin that will be useful later. After that, the bank staff closes the bank and leaves the locker room empty. That same night, Karen, Barker, Jack, and the rest of the robbery gang get ready and leave their houses. Before leaving, when Karen and Barker search the house, Karen notices the badge that belonged to Gary. All of them then gather and travel together in a truck. They park the truck in front of the architect's office, pretending that the truck has broken down. Jack goes inside the architect's office and asks for help, saying that he needs to make a phone call. As soon as the door opens, Jack attacks the man, takes him hostage, and then calls the rest of the gang members inside. After entering, Karen cuts the CCTV cable that leads to the bank and connects it to a music-playing instrument, so that pre-recorded video clips continue playing on the bank's security monitors at the correct time. She plays the recorded CCTV footage, and the guards watching the screens do not notice anything unusual. Then, using a remote control, Karen activates the device hidden under the bank's dustbin. This causes noise inside the dustbin, which triggers the volume signature unit. The alarm siren starts ringing, and as soon as it does, 4 police vehicles leave the security building to reach the bank. After a short time, the police reach the bank. When they enter and check inside, everything appears normal. They believe the alarm went off due to a malfunction and leave. The thieves watch all this on the cameras, and once the police go back, they move on to the next stage of their plan. Karen, Barker, and another gang member reach the back door of the bank. They move quickly before the police can return. They open the back door lock, replace it with the lock they brought with them, and restore the door to its original condition so that the police do not become suspicious. Before the police arrive again, all 3 hide on the other side of the building. The police arrive once more and inspect the area, but again, they find nothing suspicious. One policeman checks the back door, but everything looks normal there as well. The police then return to the security building. After the police leave, Karen, Barker, and the rest of the gang enter the bank through the back door. Karen and Barker then try to open the elevator door lock. They have brought many knife-like key combinations and try them one by one. Finally, one key opens the alarm lock. They open the elevator door and then close it again before leaving the area. Because the alarm is triggered again, the police return once more. This time as well, they find nothing unusual and leave. Due to the repeated alarms, 3 police officers stay inside the bank building. Taking advantage of this, the entire gang reaches the locker room door. One of the thieves brings out a large drilling machine and starts drilling into the locker room door. After drilling for a long time, a hole is created. Karen disables the locker room security grid and the locker room door opens. As soon as the door opens, they see huge amounts of cash inside the lockers. All the thieves become happy and begin filling the money into large bags. Karen then asks Barker which locker he had placed the item in. Barker tells her the locker number, and when it is opened, they see a heavy cube hidden inside. Karen takes that cube with her. At that moment, Karen takes out a remote and presses a button. As soon as she presses it, the heavy iron door shuts, trapping Jack and his men inside while Karen and Barker remain outside. Jack becomes furious and starts shouting, threatening to kill Karen. Karen tells him that his shouting will not make any difference. She says she had already tried to explain that this bank has a AAA security rating and should not be robbed, but he refused to listen. Karen and Barker run from there and escape safely. They reach the upper floor, where police officers are sleeping. Karen throws gas there, causing the officers to pass out. After that, Karen and Barker escape from the building without being caught. On the other side, Roy watches the news and sees that the bank has been robbed and that a woman was involved in the robbery. Seeing this, Roy understands that the woman must be Karen. Karen and Barker reach Jack's house with the truck and break the main door to enter. Inside, they see that Gary is trying to escape in a car. Karen crashes into Gary's car, and the vehicle slams into a lion's cage. Gary gets out of the car and realizes that he is inside the lion's enclosure. A lion attacks him. At the same time, Karen and Barker search the house for Patrick. They notice a door with blood marks leading inside. Karen and Barker stand in front of the door. Suddenly, a gunshot is fired from inside, and Gary comes out holding Patrick. Seeing Gary, Karen hides. Patrick bites Gary's hand and runs toward Barker. Gary fires shots at Barker, but before he can continue, Karen strikes Gary, and in anger, Gary starts attacking her. A fight breaks out between the two of them. During the struggle, a heavy rod comes into Karen's hand, and she repeatedly attacks Gary with it, knocking him unconscious. By then, Barker has already reached the car with Patrick. Karen quickly makes her way to Gary's house and reaches the locker inside. She places explosives on the locker. After a short while, an explosion occurs, shattering the glass of the house. Karen comes out of the house with the bag. That bag contains the cash she had stolen from Jack's locker at the bank. Karen, Barker, and Patrick then escape from there together. Karen had already called a husband and wife and asked them to come to the airport in advance so that they could take Patrick away from there. Barker hears this and tells Karen that she should take Patrick with her because he is her son. Karen replies that she herself is a thief, so why would she take Patrick with her and ruin his life? Karen reaches the airport with Patrick and Barker. Roy is already there waiting for them. Roy goes near Karen and tells her that there is a heavy cube in his pocket. He says that he knows she has brought money stolen from the bank and then takes her toward a secluded area. When Roy looks inside the bag, he sees a large amount of cash. At that moment, he is attacked and falls unconscious. Karen realizes that Patrick will be safe with Roy. She then tells Patrick the truth, that she is his mother. Hearing this, Patrick becomes very happy because he believed that his mother had died. After that, Patrick and Roy board another flight. Karen also boards a different flight. Just then, Karen sees police vehicles arriving. She realizes that the police know that they are trying to escape on the plane and have come to catch them. However, when the police reach the plane, it turns out that they have not come to arrest anyone, but to escort an organ transplant delivery. Hearing this, Karen feels relieved and understands that she can finally start a new life. And with this, the movie comes to an end. So friends, if you enjoyed this movie story, don't forget to hit the like button and help us reach our target of 500 likes on this video. Share this video with your friends who love movie explanations, and comment below to tell us how you felt about the movie. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe right now and turn on the bell icon because the picture is still remaining, and many more amazing movie stories are coming your way.